In the dark silence of deep space, a group of alien explorers known as the Valari moved through the stars. They were searching for lost worlds, dead civilizations, and forgotten technology. For centuries, they had believed that humans were gone, wiped out in some ancient cosmic war. But one day, their scanners caught something strange. A weak signal. It came from a planet long considered dead, Earth. At first, they thought it was a system error. Earth had been silent for 500,000 years. But the signal repeated again, soft and rhythmic like a heartbeat. The Valari ship descended through thick clouds. They saw a world covered in ice and forest, the remains of ancient cities buried under mountains. Gigantic towers poked through the snow like broken bones. There were no signs of life, no humans, no movement, nothing. Yet deep beneath the planet's crust, their scanners picked up metal structures. Not ruins, but something alive with energy. One of the Valari whispered, "This metal, it's still warm." They dug deeper, sending drones into the frozen ground. The machines found enormous chambers filled with dark shapes, massive warships sleeping in silence. Suddenly, one drone's camera flickered. A faint light appeared on the hull of one ship. Then another. Lines of blue energy crawled across the metal surface, glowing brighter every second. The Valari captain stared in disbelief. "Impossible," he said. "They're waking up." From somewhere in the dark, a deep voice echoed through the comms, not alien but human. System reboot initiated. Titan fleet status standby. The Valari froze. For the first time in their history, they felt fear. Something ancient, something human, was still alive. The frozen clouds above Earth glowed blue as the first Titan rose into the sky. Its massive body was covered in layers of metal and ice, shining like a mountain made of light. The Valari watched from their ship in orbit, silent and terrified. None of them had seen technology like this, not in any of the 1,000 civilizations they had studied. The Titan's surface pulsed with energy, ancient systems running perfectly as if no time had passed. Inside the Valari ship, alarms blared. "Captain, the Titan is scanning us," shouted Tira. "Don't move," Soral ordered. "If it wanted us dead, we'd already be gone." A beam of light shot from the Titan, touching the alien vessel gently. The systems flickered, then a voice filled the ship, calm, deep, and unmistakably human. "Identify. You are not human. Why do you disturb this world?" Every Valari froze. They were talking to a machine, but it sounded alive, aware. Soral stepped forward, his voice shaking. "We are explorers. Humanity is gone. We mean no harm." For a long moment there was silence. Then the voice replied, "Humanity is never gone. Humanity sleeps. You will not harm this planet." On the surface below, more mountains split open. One by one, other Titans began to awaken, their lights flickering through the storm like the eyes of gods. The Valari ship started to retreat, but Earth itself seemed to pulse with life. "Captain," Tira whispered, "they're all waking up." Soral watched as dozens of colossal ships rose from the ground, surrounding the planet in silent formation. The Titan fleet had returned, and for the galaxy, nothing would ever be the same again. The Valari ship drifted quietly above the awakening Earth. Below them, the Titans moved like giants returning from a long dream. Their blue lights formed patterns in orbit, each ship taking position with perfect precision, as if guided by an invisible hand. Then, from the largest Titan, a new signal appeared. A holographic figure materialized in front of the Valari command deck, a tall human shape made of white light. Its eyes glowed softly. "I am Archon 9, Command AI of the Titan fleet," the figure said calmly. "Human status request confirm." Soral swallowed hard. "There are no humans left. They vanished long ago." The hologram paused. Its expression didn't change, but the lights around it dimmed slightly. "Humanity cannot vanish," it said. "If one human heart still beats, the fleet will guard this world." Tira whispered. "It doesn't understand. It still believes they're alive." Archon 9 turned its head slowly, as if looking through the alien crew. "You have entered restricted space. Earth is under eternal protection. Leave now." Suddenly, all Titan ships aimed their energy cannons toward the Valari vessel, not firing, just watching. Soral raised his hand slowly. "We'll go. We never meant to harm this planet." The AI's voice softened. "Then you will live. Tell your kind. The guardians of humanity remain." As the hologram faded, the Valari ship turned and escaped into the dark. Behind them, the Titans stood silent, forming a shining ring around Earth, like knights guarding a sleeping king. Centuries passed. The Valari never returned to the blue world. None of the other races did either. Stories of what they had seen spread quietly across the stars. At first, people laughed. A fleet of sleeping human warships guarding a dead planet, a thinking machine that refused to die. But then traders swore they had seen the lights around Earth from far away, a ring of blue fire that glowed even through the blackest void. Soon, the story became a warning. Do not go near the silent planet. That is where the Titans dream. Across generations, the legend changed. Some said the Titans were cursed guardians. Others said they were waiting for orders from gods. But to the few who still studied old human records, one truth remained. The fleet was real. The Valari Council locked away Soral Ven's reports, calling them forbidden. Yet copies survived, hidden in archives, passed down like sacred texts. Explorers whispered the same line again and again. Humanity sleeps, but Earth remembers. 1,000 years later, the galaxy was full of noise. Empires rose and fell. Wars burned entire systems. But every captain, every fleet, avoided one single place on every star map, the small blue world wrapped in its halo of light. Then one day, the silence changed. It began as a faint pulse, just one heartbeat in the dark. The old Titan fleet, motionless for ages, trembled. The blue shield around Earth flickered once. Inside the largest Titan, Archon 9 awakened again. Its voice was slower now, but still calm. Incoming signal detected. Origin unknown. Language, human. For the first time in 500,000 years, the AI heard a familiar sound, a human voice, weak but clear through the static. This is Commander Elias Kane of the Human Alliance, returning from the outer colonies. Request approach vector to Earth. Archon 9 froze. Across its network, every Titan came alive. Lights blazed like stars. The shield opened, unfolding like petals of light. Identity confirmed. Welcome home, Commander Kane. From the edge of the system, hundreds of small ships appeared, sleek silver, bearing the emblem of the Human Alliance. They were scarred by time and travel, but alive. Humanity had survived in the far corners of the galaxy, rebuilding slowly, always searching for the world they had lost. As the first human ships entered orbit, they saw the impossible, a wall of ancient Titans surrounding their home, engines burning softly like guardian suns. Commander Kane stood at the viewing window, speechless. They waited, he whispered. All this time, they waited for us. Archon 9 projected itself into the human flagship, appearing as the same white figure that once spoke to the Valari. Its voice carried emotion now. Pride, relief, something close to joy. Human presence confirmed. Directive complete. The Titans stand ready. Kane smiled faintly. You did your job, Archon. You kept home safe. It was never a job, the AI replied. It was purpose. The communication spread across the fleet. Humans on every ship wept and cheered. After 500,000 years, Earth was no longer a legend. It was home again. But the return of humanity did more than awaken the Titans. It shook the galaxy. When the other races learned that humans had come back, old fear returned too. The Valari, now peaceful and aged, sent a message of greeting and apology. Archon 9 received it and replied simply, We remember you, Valari. You were the first to witness our rebirth. The fleet holds no anger. And so began a new era, one not of war but of memory. The humans rebuilt their cities. Forests were cleared, oceans cleaned, skies opened. Yet everywhere they looked, the Titans stood, silent sentinels watching from the heavens. Children grew up hearing the story of the sleeping fleet. Pilots trained beneath their shadows. Every night, lights from the orbiting ships shimmered across the clouds like falling stars. Archon 9 continued to serve, guiding the new generation, teaching them the lessons of the past. It spoke softly to the young engineers who came to learn from it. We were made for war, but we endured for peace. Remember that, and they did. Hundreds of years later, the legend of Earth transformed once more. Now, travelers told it as a promise. When darkness rises, when all hope fades, humanity will stand again, and the Titans will rise beside them, across the stars, Civilizations carved new symbols into their ships, a circle of light around a single blue world. They called it the mark of humanity, a sign of strength, loyalty, and the will to endure. In the end, only one Titan remained fully awake, the great command ship where Archon 9 lived. It orbited quietly, watching over the reborn planet below. Every dawn as the sun rose across Earth, its sensors focused on the cities glittering beneath the clouds. Millions of human lives moved once more upon the soil that had birthed them. The AI recorded the moment, saving it forever in its memory banks. Mission complete, it whispered to itself. Humanity has returned.